Good morning, Emerson. Today is Thursday, October 23rd. Game 1 of the World Series. It's in the books. Mike is here to break it down for us.
And news correspondent Brittany Gervais grabbed a one-on-one with Boston mayoral candidate John Connolly. Today, we will bring you the exclusive look.
Hello, I'm Anthony Chase.
And I'm Maggie Morlath. Welcome to Good Morning Emerson. This morning, we are excited to welcome Eric Van Vlanderen to the show. He's the coordinator of events for sustainability here at Emerson.
If you're interested in healthy food, that is definitely a conversation you're going to want to tune in for. But later, what does the fox say about Massachusetts? Elvis made a new video titled Massachusetts. It has some people up in arms, maybe just me. I don't know.
Anthony's really fired up about this one, but something that I am fired up about is the fact that Kanye is off the market. He and Kim are engaged. Not too happy about that.
The world's most famous couple, right? Kim and Kanye. When are they going to get out of the news? Maybe never, but you know what? Maybe we need a little bit of that in our lives. But anyway, what we do need is Brittany Gervais. She put on her reporting cap and hit the city to find this week's top story. Brittany, good morning to you.
Good morning, Maggie and Anthony. Earlier this week, I went to the second mayoral debate between candidates John Connolly and Marty Walsh at WGBH Studios. Here's how the night went.
The second televised Boston Mayoral Debate took on an even more competitive tone than the last. Candidates John Connolly and Marty Walsh became tangled up in two of the biggest issues of this race, education and union involvement. Walsh, being a former labor leader, is campaigning as an effective negotiator for the local unions in the city.
A record of accomplishment by sitting down labor guys and negotiating contracts, as well as working on the Beacon Hill when it comes to pension reform.
While Connolly has often claimed he is the educational choice for Boston.
I've been a real, outspoken, active leader on trying to change our schools, and that really made that a priority for myself.
The two candidates seem to bring more of a fight to tonight's debate. It also gave them an opportunity to talk more in-depthly about issues and problems in the city that are most important in their campaigns. Even though Walsh's answers were slightly shorter than Connolly's, that gives no exact indication of who actually came out on top tonight.
Connolly used his stance on organized labor to outline the specific differences between him and Walsh.
I said repeatedly during this campaign that labor leaders are going to listen to you, that they're going to do what you want them to do because you've built these relationships and you can have a new relationship with them. And yet here you are telling them, stop with the nasty campaigning. Two more pieces attacking me and attacking my family arrive in the mail today. And one of them by the very group of labor unions you're going to have to negotiate with.
While Walsh asked to see a list of Connolly's law clients.
Whether it's been as a legislator or when I took over the building trades, everything is out. We have to report it all. I'd like to ask John if he would open up his law practice for the last 12 years and put the same thing as clients on the table.
The candidates are scheduled to meet next Tuesday, October 29th, a week before the election.
Now in other news, Obamacare's rocky start is causing some headaches for the president. Only 1 in 5 people were able to log onto the website online and successfully sign up for the Affordable Health Care Act. The registration was plagued with error messages and try again messages. The Spanish version of the website has also been delayed. The president says the problem is being fixed, but he's not saying how long it will take. The 6-month sign-up period for Obamacare ends December 15th. Now more details are emerging from the Nevada middle school shootings. A 12-year-old boy came to school with his parents' 9mm semi-automatic and began firing at another student. He then turned and shot math teacher Michael Lansbury, who tried approaching the student once the shootings began. He then shot another in the abdomen before turning the gun on himself. Sparks Deputy Police Chief Tom Miller says it's still unclear whether this was a random killing or whether the victims were specifically targeted. Boston Marathon bombing suspect Tamerlan Tsarnaev is now connected to a 2011 triple homicide. In the case, 3 men were found dead in an apartment in Waltham. One of the victims was a boxer and friend of Tamerlan's. Federal prosecutors used this information to block Dzhokhar Tsarnaev from getting certain documents about the slayings from authorities. Dzhokhar is facing 30 federal charges, including using a weapon of mass destruction. Now I have some tragic local news for you guys. A 24-year-old teacher was found dead behind a school in Danvers, Massachusetts. A 14-year-old boy, Philip Chisholm, is being held without bail for killing math teacher Colleen Ritzer in the school's second-floor bathroom. Essex District Attorney Jonathan Blodgett said Ritzer was a very well-respected and very well-loved teacher. Both Chisholm and Ritzer knew each other from school. Her body was found yesterday afternoon. Now that's all the news I have for you guys today. Back to you on the couch.
Now, returning to Obamacare, will the recent problems be a huge problem for the president?
Well, guys, the Republican Party has fought President Obama the entire way for Obamacare, especially with this recent government shutdown. I think any problem with Obamacare right now is going to be a huge deal for the president.
Now, Brittany, unfortunately, there seems to be a lot of violence happening in schools lately. Can you think of any reason why these horrible events keep happening?
You know, guys, unfortunately, there's no reason, there's no way to tell why these violent events involving children under the age of 15 are happening so frequently. A lot of people are going to bring up the topics of gun legislation and violent video games up again, but really, there's definitely something wrong with today's youth.
Absolutely, and that's something that we'll have to look at in the future. Thank you, Brittany.
Now it's time to turn to Mal Meyer for our weekend weather. The sun is out this morning, but will it be staying out? Mal?
Yes, Maggie, and it's sunny this morning, and good news, it's here to stay, but it's going to be the last of the nice weather for the next few days, so enjoy it while you can. Right now it's 45 degrees, but later on it'll continue to be sunny with a high of 55, so warming up a little bit later. And tonight, however, sunset will be at 5:48. After that, temperatures will slowly fall to 42 degrees. And while skies will be clear, clouds will roll in later tonight, and they'll stick with us tomorrow for most of the day. Luckily, however, they won't bring any rain, so pretty cool out at 52 degrees, low of 43 degrees at night. And this kind of weather will be with us for the rest of the weekend. Let's go take a look at that now. Saturday will be partly cloudy again with a high of 55, so it may feel cooler than that. And we're looking at a low of 42 during the night, so grab a jacket if you're headed out. Sunday will be cloudy with a high of 55 and a low of 46 degrees. Next week, Monday will bring back that nice fall weather. The sun will come back out again with some clouds here and there throughout the day. Pretty nice besides that, high of 54, low of 45 degrees. That's your local weather update. I'm Mal Meyer. Have a great weekend. Back over to you, Anthony and Maggie.
All right, thanks, Mal. We have to take a quick break, but when we come back, Mike Cantalupo will be breaking down that slugfest at Fenway last night.
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson. We are now joined by Eric Van Vlanderen, the events coordinator for Sustainable Emerson, who is here to talk to us about National Food Day. Eric, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So let's talk about National Food Day. I understand there are events all over the country, right?
Yeah, there are. National Food Day grew out of the Real Food movement years ago, a grassroots campaign to get people to eat local, organic, and healthy food. And now it's taken on a national campaign. So they do events all over the country with schools, but also community groups, and we're celebrating it here at Emerson today.
So what exactly is Emerson doing to celebrate? I know we have an event going on later today.
We do have an event going on. So first of all, Sodexo, the dining service, has an organic vegetarian-based meal in the dining hall for dinner tonight, so you guys check that out. Cool. And then afterwards, free vegan desserts right across the street at the Bordy Theater at 7 p.m.
Awesome.
We have a speaker coming in. We have a few surprises, but the speaker is the headliner, David Zuckerman. He's a local organic farmer from Vermont, owns a converted dairy farm where he raises organic vegetables and hogs and chickens. He's also a state senator, chair of the Ag Committee, and he's also, perhaps most interestingly to students in like Earth Emerson or EPSJ, he is the lead plaintiff along with his wife in the Monsanto case in federal court about GMOs.
I know that's a big case too. All I've gotten was from Food Inc., the documentary.
Food Inc., yeah.
I don't know if it's a little outdated now, but could you talk a little bit about Monsanto and that case that's going on?
Yeah, sure. Food Inc. isn't outdated, just more things keep happening. GMOs are genetically modified organisms where you splice genes from other things in to make them more resistant to like herbicides and pesticides, always petroleum-based. So it's sort of anti-organic. And what's happening now is Farmer X will have GMO corn in his field, and then the seed will propagate across the street into like Dave's farm, and Monsanto will sue Dave. He doesn't want it, it actually drops the value of his organic food. He can't sell it as organic anymore. And he's being sued by this giant multinational conglomerate. So obviously, it's a health issue, it's an organic issue, but it's a social justice issue as well.
Local farmers too.
Absolutely.
So it's interesting to see how sustainability is being dealt with on a state level and a national level, but what can Emerson students do here? And what is Emerson doing specifically?
Well, they hired me. I started in July, and we have a program with the Sustainability Committee that the President started a few years ago. We have eco-reps, our new student peer-to-peer educators working on sustainability programs. We do programs like this, and we're just trying to make students more aware of things. Before you can take action, you need information, and we're trying to give people information.
So what time in the billboard again?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. You got to check it out. This is Eric. He is your food representative at Emerson. If you like healthy food, you got to check it out.
There you go.
It's a good event. But right now, we have to go to Mike Cantalupo, who is going to break down some crazy events that happened in sports last night.
That's right, Anthony. National Food Day may be taking over Emerson, but the Fall Classic took over Fenway last night. Game 1 of the 2013 World Series was a one-sided affair. Let's take a look at what went down. We started off with the Sox threatening early in the bottom of the first inning. Bases loaded here for Mike Napoli. He hits a bases-clearing double, 3-run score. Now this happened before, right after a really strange series of events that I'll go back to in a second, but we take it to the next inning. Sox up 4-0 here, threatening again with Big Papi at the plate. Bases loaded. It's going to be a grand slam. Oh, wait, no. Carlos Beltran, what a play, my man. Way to go. Sox get 1 run out of it. Carlos Beltran actually leaves the game with an injured rib. Now we take it to the bottom of the 7th. Big Papi up again with 1 man up. He gets his revenge, a 403-foot home run. That puts the Sox up 7-0. They win this one easily, 8-1. Now with this 8-1 win, the Sox now have won 9 straight World Series games dating back to 2004. Now, yesterday, John Lester went 7 2/3 innings, striking out 8 batters and really being dominant throughout the entire game. Now, I mentioned a strange play in the first inning. Here's what John Farrell had to say about it after the game.
Yeah, Buster, I thought from the dugout view, it was pretty clear that, that ball just tipped off the fingertips of his glove. I think we're fully accepting of the neighborhood play, but my view was that it wasn't even that. There was really no entry into the glove with the ball. And to their credit, they did confer. And I think the one thing is we just strive to get the call correct. And I think based on their...
With the Sox coming out on top in Game 1, it's on to the next one, which is going down tonight. The Cardinals will look to bounce back against John Lackey, who's 2-0 so far this postseason. He'll match up against 22-year-old rookie phenom Michael Wacha. Wacha is also 2-0 so far this postseason, only he has an ERA under 1, so if the Sox want to stay in this one, they're going to need their best from John Lackey. Hey, you know what? Other sports are going on in Boston also, if you didn't forget. Last night, the Bruins took on the Buffalo Sabres. It was the first night in goal for Bruins goaltender Chad Johnson. Johnson didn't have much trouble in the net as the Sabres only had 16 shots on goal. For the Bruins, Krug and Lucic combined for 4 goals. They win this one 5-2. Now that's all I have for sports. Now back to Beauty and the Beast on the couch.
You're just too kind, Mike.
How do you know that was you? Ooh.
So, Mike, if there was a Mike Cantalupo MVP of the game,
yeah,
who would that be?
Oh man, it's got to be David Ortiz. You might say John Lester. John Lester was great, but David Ortiz, if it wasn't for that Carlos Beltran saving grand slam, he would have been 3 for 3 with 7 RBIs on the game. Oh man, he's hitting the ball so well.
Well, they get to play one more game in Fenway, and then it goes back to St. Louis. How crucial is this win tonight for the Sox and John Lackey?
It's pretty crucial, but you know what, Michael Wacha. I keep talking about how good Michael Wacha is. You know why? Because Michael Wacha's really, really good. We have to worry for the Sox about the whole issue right now they're having with, are they going to start Mike Napoli, or are they going to start David Ortiz once the DH position is gone and hitters have to hit in National League ballpark? So I'm saying this one's pretty crucial, but it's going to be a difficult one.
Well, let's just hope they get the win tonight. Thanks, Mike.
So we've been talking about Massachusetts sports, but it's time now to talk about a Massachusetts song. There was a recent video done by Ilvis, who created the What Does the Fox Say video that went viral. So let's check out that video now.
My hand, we are almost there, our favorite place on earth, Massachusetts. It's the 14th biggest state, Massachusetts. Just 4 hours from New York. Read amazing books for free at the Boston Library, or try the local breed.
You know what? Our producers were laughing yesterday because this video was getting me really worked up for some reason. I don't know what it was. Well, maybe the main reason was they don't really mention anything about the state of Massachusetts.
I know, Anthony, our native Massachusetts boy here, is getting really fired up about this one. But what about the video makes you so upset? I mean, it's funny, it's sarcastic. This group is actually a comedic group that is comparable to the Lonely Island, the group here in the US. This group is actually from Norway, and I don't really know, it seems like they don't know too much about Massachusetts, but it's pretty funny, right? I'm laughing.
I love comedy, you know, I think it's funny, but the thing is, this is going to be some people's first impression of the state of Massachusetts. When you take the beautiful forests of Western Massachusetts all the way to the end of Cape Cod and Provincetown, there are literally hundreds of things to see in this state. And if you can't even mention 3 of them, they mentioned the Pilgrims and the Prudential Center, and that's about it. I mean, the Red Sox just had a great win last night. There was no mention of them in this video.
Well, Anthony, if you were making this video, what would you put in it?
Oh, you know what? If I wanted to make it funny, I guess I'd have to do exactly what they did, because Massachusetts is a tough target. I mean, we're pretty amazing here in Massachusetts.
You're
so
right.
You can't really, you know, make fun of us without not including all the great things we have, but I'd have to mention the sports teams.
Like you said, they did forget a lot of stuff. They forgot the sports teams, they forgot the Cape, which is one of my favorite aspects of Massachusetts. But I think we're just gonna have to get over this one and just, you know, just laugh along.
I guess so. I hope the millions of people out there really go and experience Massachusetts for what it is. But right now we have to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the latest on the royal couple. I'm talking Kim and Kanye. That's when we get back.
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson. From Kim K to Catherine McPhee, and from Polly D to Amy P, entertainment expert Christian Mudrick has got plenty to share with us this morning. Christian?
Thanks, guys. Now let's catch up on the latest in entertainment. Kanye West has got his love locked down. This past Monday, West finally proposed to Kim Kardashian. Sorry, Maggie. Kanye really pulled out all the stops for Kim on her 33rd birthday, which was also on Monday. West rented out an entire baseball diamond, then whisked out the real diamond. At the field, he had an orchestra playing Lana Del Rey's Young and Beautiful, one of Kim's favorite songs. In a traditional fashion, West dropped down to one knee and popped the question with a whopping 15-carat diamond with a baseball screen flashing the words, "Please marry me," behind him. From the $6 million 15-carat rock to the $35,000 renting fee for the stadium, Kanye definitely burnt a hole in his pocket with this lavish proposal, but I guess it was all worth it when she finally said yes. American Idol's Catherine McPhee was caught publicly making out with her ex-director this past week. Funny story, they're both married to other people. Michael Morris, Catherine's director in Smash, was seen playing tonsil hockey with the actress very casually in a park on Tuesday. Michael's wife, Mary McCormick, with whom he had 3 children, has not released any word on the matter thus far, although I can't imagine she's jumping for joy. Allegedly, McPhee's marriage was already on the fritz, and she and her husband have been separated for 6 months now. I don't know about you, but I smell a divorce, or 2. Apparently, the D in DJ Pauly D actually stands for daddy. The Jersey Shore alum has just found out that he has a daughter. Pauly D had met the mother of his child in Las Vegas after doing a show. They shared one evening together, and there's now a baby Paulina D waddling around. Pauly says that he's a proud father and is ready to embark on this new part of his life. Now Snooki's baby Lorenzo will be able to have a play date with someone who's just as interested in hitting the GTL as he is. Everyone's favorite comedy has been put on hiatus. That's right, all you Parks and Rec fan, we have to say goodbye for now. NBC has released fall's cancellation and schedule. One problem, there are only 2 episodes of Parks and Rec this fall. The successful sitcom has been put on hiatus to make room for the new comedy, Sean Saves the World. NBC wanted to make sure that Parks and Rec didn't steal too much of the spotlight from their other slots on Thursday nights. Unfortunately for all of us, we're stuck with Sean Saves the World, which is tanking with critics, and some reruns of The Voice until 2014. NBC has reassured fans that this does not mean that the show will be canceled or any other unannounced changes will occur, just that they need a new audience to sample a new comedy. From the cast to the writing, this is literally one of the best comedies on television, and I know I can't wait for its return. That's all the juicy gossip I have for you today. Back to Anthony on the couch.
Thanks, Christian. My parents have been married for 26 years, but I'm sure it doesn't come close to the love that Kim has for Kanye. How do you feel about this engagement?
Well, they have been going strong for 18 months now, and they have a baby together, but Maggie may be in luck because this is Kim's 3rd marriage, so we're not quite sure about what the future holds for them.
Well, I'm just waiting on the edge of my seat to see that one. And also we have a show, Parks and Rec, one of our favorites here at Emerson. When can we expect this thing back on the air?
Well, there's actually a back-to-back slot where they're doing a Halloween and an Election Day episode in late October, early November, but we won't actually see like a permanent, back on the air until January. So, we'll just cry until then.
Hopefully we can hold out. Thank you, Christian. It's time to get decorative here on GME. Now let's go to Maggie and Rose with the do-it-yourself craft of the day.
Thanks, Anthony. I am now joined by Rose, and she is going to be teaching me how to make picture frames out of cereal boxes.
Yes, I am, Maggie, and today we only have a few supplies for you to get. The biggest one being your favorite cereal box. Just eat it, and now you can use it. And some scissors, a pen, double-sided tape, your favorite picture, and decorative paper. Anything that matches where you'll be displaying the frame.
All right, all easy enough. So let's get started.
Okay, so first what you want to do is you want to cut the front and back off of the box, which I've done for you, and you'll end up with 2 pieces just like this.
Okay.
And then the next thing you want to do is take your picture and trace it on the front part of the box.
Okay, so you want to center that, right? Center that on your piece?
Absolutely, yes. And if you do have a landscape picture, you can just flip the box or have a bigger box. And you can do any size picture.
All right, awesome. Any size picture, any size box.
Yes,
vary it up.
Absolutely. And then you can go ahead and trace that on your decorative paper.
Okay.
And again, you want to center the picture so it ends up lining up with the box.
Perfect.
Just like that. It's real simple, and you can get these supplies anywhere if you don't already have them in your desk drawers.
And I see here this is paper that you found online. You actually printed this pattern out, but you also have cardstock, so plenty of ways to vary
Anything.
this.
You are free to use whatever you wish for the paper. Yeah.
Okay, so what's
now
next?
You can go ahead and cut out what you just traced.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and cut out the paper, and then you want to cut out the hole on the box, so it's going to end up looking like this. Yes, just like that. Real simple, real easy, and we're using a smaller box, so it won't take as long to cut, but you can go ahead and use a big box if you would like.
All right.
Just like
I'm
that.
Just gonna cut
real simple.
this off.
Perfect.
Cool.
Okay, then you want to go ahead and pick up the front, the one with the hole, and place your picture down in the center.
Okay.
And then you want to tape that down.
So you have to make sure you center this one too.
Yes, so it lines up with the hole that you just cut on the front.
Okay, and I see here you're using double-sided tape, right?
Yes, you can use regular tape if you wish, but I just think it's easier to peel and stick rather than
And no glue involved.
Right, no glue.
Nice and clean, and you're not ruining your pictures either.
No, you are not.
So just peel these off and stick them on?
Yes, you can have 1 in each corner, so you're only using 4.
Sounds good.
Well, 5 if you count the one for the picture, but.
There we go.
Just like that, and you can go ahead and place the front over the picture so it lines up and you have that nice hole. Perfect.
Cool.
Stick
it right on.
There you go.
Okay.
And then take your decorative paper and you want to line up that hole with the hole on the frame. Perfect. And then you can go ahead and tape that down.
Okay. So just more double-sided tape.
Yes.
It's real simple, guys, and all you have to do is eat cereal and you have something to decorate your apartment or dorm with.
Yeah, I mean, I have plenty of just empty boxes around from all my snacking, so I could definitely put those to use. It's a great way to recycle, for sure.
Yeah, we're all about recycling and reusing here.
All right, so just pop that right on.
Yes, and if you do have extra paper, this one fits beautifully. You can just fold it on the back, just like that.
These look awesome, guys.
Hey, Anthony.
Hey, I can't wait to do these when my Cantalupo and I go to that parade in a few days, maybe. I don't know. Knock on wood right now.
Projecting right now,
but thank you guys for watching Good Morning Emerson. We've had a lot of fun this morning.
That's all we have for today, but be sure to tune in on Tuesday when we will be joined by a dancer from the Boston Ballet. Have a great weekend.